Welcome back for part 2 of writing an equation from graphs. We can also write an equation from just a description. You can use information from a description of a linear relationship to find the slope and y-intercept and to write the equation. Example 2. The rent charged for space in an office building is a linear relationship related to the size of the space rented. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the rent at West Main Street office rentals. And if you look over here, it says that West Main Street office rentals has monthly rates. If you have a 600 square foot area, it's for $750. And if you rent a 900 square foot space, it's going to be $1,150. So we need to figure out what our input is. Well, I notice that these are measured by square feet, and so I'm thinking that my input is going to be the square footage of my floor space. Then the output obviously is going to be how much it's going to cost. So I need to find out how much it is per square foot, and that's going to be the easiest thing for me to work with. When I write the information given in the problem as ordered pairs, I get 60 or 600 to 750, where this is the square footage and this is how much it's going to cost, my X and my Y. And if I have 900 square feet, I know that it's going to cost 1,150. And so that's my second ordered pair. Now what I can do from this is, by having these two ordered pairs, it's be real easy for me to find out what my rate of change or my slope is. So remember that it's the change in y over the change in x. So m, I'm looking for slope, is the change in y over the change in x. So my x's or my y's are 1,150 minus 750, and my x's are 900 minus 600. And this gives me 400 over 300, which simplifies down to 4 over 3. So my rate of change is 4 to 3. So in my equation, I know that my slope is going to be 4 over 3x. And I don't know if there's an initial charge, so what I can do is to find out what my b is. So that's what we're going to look for now, is we're going to look for our slope, or sorry, our y-intercept. So I know my slope, and I know that I need this, and I don't have my x and my y, except that I do. I have these ordered pairs, and remember, one of them's x and one of them's y. So I can use this information and plug it into this equation and solve for b. So that's what I'm going to do now, okay? So my y is going to be 750. My slope is 4/3. My x is 600. And then we're looking for b. So this is the point we're at now. We're looking to find out what the y-intercept is. So I can simplify this. I can take 3 divided by 3 is 1. 600 divided by 3 is 200. Multiply that by 4 and I get 800. So I have 750 equals 800 plus b. Now I want to get b by itself, so I'm going to subtract 800 from both sides. And that's going to give me negative 50 equals b. So now I know what my y-intercept is. So now I can go back to my equation, and I had y equals, my slope was 4/3 x, And then because my y-intercept's negative 50, it's going to subtract 50. And so there's my equation. So from this, just from this, I was able to find out what my slope is by finding the change in, or my rate of change. And then because I knew the rate of change, and I knew at least one ordered pair, I used that to find my y-intercept, which was negative 50. Okay? All right, let's try this one. Your turn, number 5, says Harry's weekly allowance varies depending on the number of chores he does. He received $16 in allowance the week he did 12 chores, and $14 in allowance the week he did 8 chores. Write an equation for his allowance in slope-intercept form. So the first thing we need to do is figure out what information we do have. And I noticed that when he did 12 chores, he got $16. And then when he did 8 chores, he got $14 in allowance. So here's 2 ordered pairs. I have 12, 16, and then I have 14, oops, sorry, put the wrong one in the wrong place. I have 8 chores and $14. Y is going to be the amount of allowance that he gets, and X is going to be the number of chores. Okay? So the first thing I got to do is I got to find my slope. So I'm going to take 16 minus 14 and 12 minus 8. Double checking to make sure that my ordered pairs are together in my stack. 16 minus 14 is 2. 12 minus 8 is 4, equals 1/2. So my slope is going to be 1/2. Now I have to find my y-intercept. And I'm going to use one of these ordered pairs to determine what my y-intercept is. So I'm going to use this one. Just pick one, doesn't matter. So y is 16. My slope is 1/2. X is 12 plus b. Because we have y equals mx plus b. Alright, so 1/2 of 12 is 6. And if I subtract 6 from both sides, I get 10 equals b. So my slope, or my y-intercept, is at 10. So what is my equation once I find that information? If you got the equation y equals 1/2 x plus 10, you have the correct equation. So take a look at number 1. It says Lee is making beaded necklaces. For each necklace, she uses 27 spacers plus 5 beads per inch of necklace length. Write an equation to find out how many beads Lee needs for each necklace. So what is your input variable? If you said number of inches, you are correct. What is the output variable? So the output variable would be the total number of beads and spacers for each necklace. So what would the equation be? Okay, you should have gotten y equals 5x plus 57. If you have any questions, please make sure you speak with your teacher.